So on TennisZoo.com from Los Gigantes, we are very pleased to have Peter Occleshaw, Devon County player.
Devon County player.
Now, I had the unfortunate experience of playing against him many moons ago in Malvern, where he single-handedly demolished the Bedfordshire team of then myself, Olney, Mabbott and a few other people. You still play county for Devon?
I do play county vets for Devon now. I play in the over 55s for Devon.
Right. Now, how many years have you been coming here to Los Gigantes?
I've been coming to Los Gigantes now for 20 years.
20 years?
20 years.
And how did you find it? How did you originally discover to come here?
I think we must have had some friends who
you've got
introduced us to
friends.
it. We've got one or two friends in the good old days. And they suggested we come here because it was a very friendly tennis environment, very friendly tennis coach apparently, but that turned out to be totally false.
Right, no, you're right, it is totally false. I was going to ask you, yes, you've had recent success back in Great Britain, back in England.
Yes, I
What
have.
is it you've actually...
Well, I had a break from tennis.
managed to do?
I was playing a lot of tennis in the over 45s through to about 50s, and then my son got involved in golf, became a very good golfer, and I went and hit a few golf balls and really enjoyed playing golf. So I quit tennis for 3 years, and decided it wasn't enough exercise for a fit young man. So I've gone back into tennis and set myself some new goals of playing 6 or 7 ITF tournaments through 2016, and started off with Dudley, which is just outside of Birmingham, which is Grade 1 ITF tournament, where I was fortunate enough to get to the semi-finals.
That's
and
really
pick
good.
up 80 world ranking
And
points.
that's worth points for your ranking?
Yes, it is. That's worth 80 points for my world ranking, which is now taking me to somewhere around 320 in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
Wow.
In the world.
That's good. That's got to be
That's
good.
good, yes.
That's
And
gotta
on
be
the
good.
back of that, it's kind of used as a selection for the national teams, Dudley, people who commit to it. So I've been lucky enough to be selected to play in the Four Nations Championships in May 2016.
Which is against Scotland,
Ireland, and Wales.
Right, that's great.
For England,
Really
which
good.
it will be my second cap after a 35-year break.
So what was your first cap?
My first cap was just in a match against Ireland,
And what age group?
under 21.
And I was just about to say to you, what age did you start playing tennis?
I started playing tennis when I was about 9 or 10.
Right.
And I played my first tournament in the under 12s.
This was when you were playing in Devon.
This was playing in Devon, yeah.
Right,
This was
yeah.
Plymouth Devon.
And
I got to the final. I got to the final of the Plymouth junior tournament under 12. I had 25 match points and lost.
oh, you lost.
I lost.
Right.
Having had 25 match
Well,
points.
that was a good learning curve.
That was a good learning point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what's the highest thing you've achieved in tennis in the UK? What's your pinnacle? What's the best thing you've ever done?
Well, I got to the final of various tournaments. Frinton, Felixstowe were there. I got to the final of the Frinton, or Felixstowe under 21s at one stage. I did well in doubles there, beating a Pakistani Davis Cup. I played David Lloyd and lost 6-4, 6-4 at the Palace Hotel in Torquay.
Oh, wow.
So
that could be your best ever defeat.
yeah, and I played a county week tennis.
Yeah.
For both Devon and for Berkshire, and I've played in the lower divisions for Devon in 7, 6, 5, and then I moved to Devon where my business is now located, and I played in groups 4, 3 and 2, so I played in every division of County Week bar Group 1,
Wow.
which hopefully I can still achieve
That's still good.
at the tender age of 57.
And you just mentioned your business. What you have a sporting business back in the UK?
Yeah,
You
I have
wanna
a sporting business.
talk about that?
Yeah, I've become the UK distributor for various brands in the past, including Pro Tennis rackets, tennis, badminton, and squash. I currently distribute for tree-torn tennis balls and accessories. I sell to the trade, the UK trade customers, and I'm also involved in the clothing business, which is with LS.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
And I
good
sell,
business.
and I sell, yeah, it's good business.
Yeah.
I sell through trade, retails, so I sell obviously through customers onto the internet. And it's a reasonable
So apart
business.
from being a great tennis player, you're also a multi-millionaire.
I wish.
Now, I always ask someone this last question. What would you do to improve tennis in
What
the
would I do
UK?
to improve
What
tennis?
do you think could be done to improve tennis in the UK?
Well, I think there has to be a whole new philosophy and strategy aimed at coaches, to the tennis coaches who can deliver quality tennis programs. Should be financed to go into schools and deliver quality tennis sessions, and be paid retainers to cover the winter months to go into schools and deliver these tennis programs.
Yeah, because it's the guys who work out in the sticks that really,
Yes, it is.
they're the ones you
They
should
need
go
more
for,
support.
not the...
And I know a lot of being in
Yeah.
the tennis business, there are a lot of coaches who really struggle to make a living.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be wonderful if they, in the off season, could be given encouragement and some support to go into schools and deliver tennis programs, get more people in, get more kids involved in playing tennis, who will then join tennis clubs and make tennis clubs more successful
Yeah.
during the in season. And also for adults, there needs to be far more resources put at growing the game of tennis rather than performance.
Right, yeah. And from my experience out here, I find there's a lack of, for example, 24-year-olds to
Yes, there is.
35-year-olds
Yes.
playing tennis. It seems
Yeah.
that there's a whole void that it seems that over the last years they've missed out
Yes.
on this very important group.
Yes.
There's lots of veterans playing. Veteran
Yes.
tennis in Great Britain is really popular.
Yep.
Kids tennis, is mini tennis stuff is good, but then it becomes a
Yes.
whole void.
Yes, there needs to be, yes, you're right. I mean, senior tennis is growing. I mean, I just played in the over 55 tournament in Dudley, and there was a 64 draw,
That's
and anything in the 60s as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
veterans
really
tennis now is buzzing.
Yeah.
Mini tennis is growing, but the challenge is to grow tennis from mini tennis into tennis.
Yes.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of kids are playing mini tennis red, a lot of kids are playing mini tennis orange, but they're not moving through to green. And there's no teenagers or young adults
No, it's
playing
like all
tennis.
reaching an end, and then they
It's
just
not cool
back
anymore.
up and pick
Yeah.
up their iPads and
Yeah.
decide it's not for me. Or
Tennis needs to be cool, and
Yeah.
tennis needs to be kids' number one sport rather than playing football
Yeah.
and then having a few hours of tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis needs to become
Yes, it's still.
the
I
number
don't
one
care what
sport.
anyone says. It's still in England. It's still sort of more of a summer sport.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Around Wimbledon time,
Yeah.
you can't get a court anywhere, and
Correct,
then in the
correct.
middle of February, you can get
Correct.
a court wherever you want to.
I know. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine. His daughter's in gymnastics. She's doing 9 hours of gymnastics a week, and the training program she's on, they want to increase it to 20 hours a week. And you don't get many children playing 9 hours tennis a week.
No.
And tennis is a complicated game. It's difficult to play. You need to commit to it to get to a decent level. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about performance. I'm talking about just to have fun.
Yeah.
Just to have
Yeah.
fun. You need to get tennis is a complicated game. A lot of technique involved. You need to be able to play to a
Absolutely.
decent
Well, we
level to
just-
have fun.
We hope there's someone out there that's going to listen to all this.
Yes, we hope
And
so.
hopefully, you'll either get
Hope so.
a letter through the post from
Yes.
the LTA.
Yes, that's right.
Congratulating
Well,
you or not.
I was chairman of the Tennis Industry Association for the UK, where we had all these initiatives to grow the game. But unfortunately, despite 50 members from the tennis industry
It hasn't
and
happened.
and various meetings with the LTA,
Yeah.
who have the resources to make change happen.
Yeah.
We were never successful in getting any resources to grow tennis.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to TennisZoo.com here in Tipsy Terrace,
Tipsy
Los
Terrace.
Gigantes.
Yes, very good.